Let's take a look around the Circuit de Monaco, a 2.074 mile circuit, 19 turns in total, 41.29 metre elevation change, and just one DRS zone. A fan and driver's favourite. The lap begins coming out of Anthony Nogues on a curved start straight and up towards turn 1. 210 metres for you on the brakes into Saint-Devote, up the hill at Beau Rivage towards Massenet. Keep the car sort of as best straight as you can for a light dab of the brakes into Massenet at the top of the hill. Then it's into Casino Square before avoiding the bump on the left hand side of the track downhill into the Mirabeau hairpin down to second gear. Control the throttle as you come around the Lowe's hairpin or Fairmont hairpin, whichever you prefer. 30 miles per hour, the slowest corner on the track. Portier 1 leads into Portier 2 as well before you can open the throttle as you come down through the tunnel section. Keep the car in as you adjust to the sunlight bursting in your eyes. Downhill braking zone into the Nouvelle chicane. Flick through as tight as possible. Opportunity to overtake is here. Down towards Tabac as well. Don't hit the bar on the outside as you flick the car through. Then try and keep a straight line by touching the barriers to the swimming pool chicane. Braking hard then as well. Provide a interesting little end to the lap at Rascasse as well. A tight sort of hairpin after a straight. Anthony Nogues as well, the tightest corner on the track. Booted hard towards the line with the DRS open. Across the line, and that is a lap of Monte Carlo. It's qualifying time on the streets of the Principality for the FIA Formula 2 Championship. Once again, we are back here on the streets of Monaco for what is always the most dramatic season race of the year. Welcome to round 5, or round 6 of the season as well. While we decide what we're doing about Emilia-Romagna, we move on here to the streets of Monaco. 3.337 kilometres, sprint race of 30 laps, feature race 42 laps as well. It's the shortest track of the year, it's the longest racing of the year. Elevation change at 41.95 metres. How about turn 1 for action zone? Zhou versus Boschung back in 2021 as well, with Boschung going right round the outside, but Zhou having the inside line to capitalise as well. How about the top then at Mirabeau down to the Lowe's hairpin? Lawson versus Sato last year. Sato on the inside, Lawson getting held out to dry. And all the way back then at the Rascasse in 2021 in wet conditions, Piastri versus Lawson. Lawson trying to get up the inside and forcing Piastri wide, coming into Anthony Nogues as well in pure wet conditions. Absolutely magical. No rain today, unlike yesterday. Beautiful blue skies. Track temperature is at 39.8 degrees. Air temperature 26.8. Humidity at 34%, and the green light is on for the first of 2 qualifying formats here today. This is going to be something very, very different as well. Now, as we see Portier leading the title on 65, Vesti on 62, Awase 58, 41 for Behrman and Maney, rounding out the top 5. Qualifying Group A and Group B go out as well. Whichever group sets the fastest time will line up positions 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on in the odd numbers. Whoever is the fastest time from the other session will line up 2nd, then 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th and so on in even numbers of the grid as well. With there being 22 cars in this field, 11 go out in each side as well, and then we'll combine them together shortly after. Alongside me in the commentary box is Richie once again. Josh T is in the pit lane giving us information, but good morning, actually good afternoon now, deep into the afternoon. Richie, F2 qualifying on the Friday, cars are up there, and beautiful sunny conditions greet us as well.
Yeah, well, I think if we get anything from what we saw in F3, this should be a great qualifying session. F3 was absolutely amazing. These cars generally a little bit faster, so we might see a bit more risk taken and a bit more speed carried through these corners, which is great to see. And it'll be nice to see what the drivers can take out of practice. Practice in F2, there was a bit more to take away because it was a drive session, and Iwasa was looking quick, so was Verschoor sitting in third as well. And obviously Behrman, he's the one who had a mistake then one, and we're hearing from Isaac Hadjar.
Every lap scene, every opportunity to have, you need to do the lap, try to clear traffic, and yeah, just have the mileage and arriving in quali, be in the rhythm in the first lap, and then build on, and be there on the very last attempt.
Isaac Hadjar there, who's out on the circuit as well in this session. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this qualifying. Josh is down in the pit lane. Afternoon, Josh. Formula 2 quali looking on. You're getting all the social media access and everything else as well. From what you can see, what are you looking forward to coming into F2?
Well, hello everybody. I am hoping for a continuous run-in, but it's Monaco. We know that's not going to happen. There we go. Even the Marshal getting the red flag in hand, ready just in case it needs to get thrown out unexpectedly. But 13 minutes left of Group A. We've got Group B coming out after Group A, but cars circulating, and going to be a good qualifying session.
It is indeed as they come through, Richie. Just seeing now drivers starting their initial laps. If you're wondering why we had this split format here in Formula 2, it's because back in 2011, when the series was under the GP2 title, we had a number of red flags, a number of traffic problems, and everyone just said, okay, that's enough. Qualifying was actually abandoned that day as well. So we have come up with this split format ever since, and it has worked. Let's say now down for the pit lane as well for somebody else. Robinson, the difference compared
the other weekend, we just have 40 minutes quali instead of the usual 30. The difference is that we tend to use the option tires already in free practice for a few laps to acknowledge the drivers of the extra grip that they will find in quali, having just one set of tires. But it's on 40 minutes is more important to do laps. So even in quali is one of the sessions when you see the drivers running the most, because it's important to make as much as lap as possible.
René Ros in there, the team principal of Prema. We're now watching the number 8 of Oliver Behrman, who crashed yesterday in practice as well, just coming out onto the circuit. And that was really bad, wasn't it, Richie? Just touched the wall coming into the bottom of Portier, then slammed into it and knocked off the front suspension.
It was a bit similar to what Verschoor did, but just a little less speed carried through. So luckily the damage wasn't too severe, and luckily the car and Behrman was okay. But it's definitely not the type of mistake you want to make. Because if you do that in the qualifying session and you're not going to get running again, you're going to start pretty much dead last. Especially when you've got no lap time set on the board. So Behrman, I think he might be taking it a bit more cautiously on these first couple of laps just to get a nice banker on the board.
We're going to keep an eye out on everything coming forward then in this session with 11 minutes and 13 to go. Well, 11 minutes 10 now, yeah, as I said. With F1, you're around about 5 to 6 seconds behind. With F2 and F3, you're around about 10 seconds behind for timings. No matter what you do, it's because of what Sky F1 and the World Feed gets produced as well. They put us on a little bit of a delay, which is standard. But of course, F2 and Formula 3 aren't available in Ultra HD, which is why, compared to Formula 1, which with Ultra you get a less delay compared to everything else. So it's just confusing. Martin's on top, 133.853, but it looks like Richie is at the moment. They're just all doing banker lap times because they've got a short session. I thought it'd be right out there.
Fittipaldi has gone 2 seconds quicker than anyone in that first sector, so I think he looks like he's gone on a full lap. A 40.3 in the second, that's about 3 or 4 seconds quicker than most people. So I think Fittipaldi could be possibly on a lap, or possibly just a very quick warm-up lap. As he's, at the moment, 2 tenths behind Martins, but these laps don't mean anything at the moment, so Leclerc's gone quickest at 33.0, but that hasn't come onto the screen yet because we're so far behind.
Leclerc,
There we are.
132.099, as you said, and it's Martins, Fittipaldi for sure, Stanak, Berman, Main Hadjar, but everyone else is outside the 107% rule, which is a 134.791 is the cut-off. Fittipaldi to the top, 131.908 now on the board. Martins.
3.3 seconds.
So we are getting down, considering the fastest time what we saw this morning in Formula 3 was what, a 123 we saw? 123.8?
Fastest was a 123.2 from Mini, because he was on something mega.
So-
And second was Bogdanovic on 23.883, I think it was.
So we're definitely expecting to see here in this F2 qualifying session a time akin to a 119, maybe a 120, a 118, depending on where we go. So these times are going to have to come down quite quickly because there's a big gap between F3, F2 and F1. F1s were managing 113s in their sessions.
13s, 14s,
Yeah, and F2 is around about 5 seconds slow, so we should be seeing the 118s, 119s
Arugula.
flying up.
Possibly taking the fastest lap. He will at 23.6. That's already quicker than Boganovic's time in the first F3 qualified session, only 4/10 off. And Miney goes to the top there with the 22.7. Very nice lap time. Then also many purple sets coming in. Hadjar, purple middle, Martins, purple in the first. And there we are, the time's all crumbling down. Leclerc into third with a 23.3 for sure. Pops himself into second. Where does Hadjar go? To the top with a 22.5.
And look at Victor Martins just behind him, exiting Anthony Noakes now as well across the line for the P number 6. And where does he go? Top 122.244 as well. So we're faster than the Formula 3, but not yet into the overall pole times on their first runs we sort of get here as well.
And Behrman into the top 7, 2 seconds off. So maybe he's taking that cautious line, like I said before, just trying to get himself smoothed back into the car, get himself sorted, because he doesn't want to take too much risk at the start of the session, of course.
Andrew Benson, who is the BBC F1 reporter, has just said, a quote from Christian Horner in the team's principals meeting, would we have made the decision to set up Red Bull's own engine facility had we known of Honda's decision to return to F1? Absolutely not. But he says Red Bull have outgrown being a customer and excited about the future. So, yeah, it looks like they've made a silly little mistake there, haven't they, Honda, by saying they were leaving and then coming straight back again.
Well, it depends what Aston Martin's got to bring to the table. Think about it, Lawrence Stroll is a lot richer than Red Bull, and that's just, you know, it doesn't mean they're better, but they just are. And here we're hearing from
Anthony Leclerc?
Especially because if you don't know the track, it's even more difficult to adapt yourself and to just have a strong base to go to qualifying. So there is two things. Now we have less driving, and as well now the free practice is the day before. So now you go straight away in qualifying at the beginning of the day, in the afternoon on Friday, and you don't have any free practice in the same day. So if the conditions are changing between the 2 days, it will be even more difficult, and we have less time to adapt. So it will be tricky, but yeah, same for everyone. So yeah, send it.
I'm just seeing here in the commentary box, there's a giant, because I've got the door open, there's a giant fly up here in the commentary box. And
Leclerc.
it's trying to attack me. Go on, Richie.
2/10 up in the first sector from what Martins did. So Leclerc's on an absolute flyer, 22.016 in that first sector. And still, Martins tops the timings with a 22.244. Hadjar in second, which is really nice for Hadjar. He hasn't had the best starts of the season, but it will be nice to start on the second row of the grid. And Leclerc now coming down in towards the Nouvelle chicane, very nice there. And you can just see hopping the curbs and back on the power nice early now, heading more towards into to back. Just throw the car in there, then ride it wide on the exit. It's a 5/10 improvement over Martins.
Wow.
Looking to put a 21.7 on the board. Now he comes through the second swim pull chicane, then into Raskas. Rubla tops the times at 22.037. Then Miney goes to the top with a 21.9.
Yellow.
And for sure now tops time is the times
And it's
coming down to the yellow flag. And that's Leclerc in the wall.
Leclerc's hit the wall to bring out the red flag and stop the session. And there's another one nearly in it as well, the P10. That's nearly Isaac Hadjar flying into it. Red flag is called, session is suspended. And Arthur Leclerc has done exactly what his brother did in qualifying in his first race. And he's thrown it into the wall here in Monaco, coming out to Anthony Noakes. And he's ricocheted across and hit the inside barrier. Debris across the track. The clock has stopped with 5:45 to go. That is unbelievable. He'll start, well, it looks like he's going to start at the back of the grid in Monaco. Like brother Oh, it ain't heavy, but he's out of it.
Yeah, well, the Leclerc curse is back.
Oh,
Now, does that mean because one Leclerc's crashed, the other won't?
that's possibly it, yeah. Oh, brother, where
swear.
art thou?
See, it's not a coincidence at this point, is it?
No.
It's either Charles or Arthur that crashes every single time without fail. There's what, 2 Monegasque drivers in the whole of F1, 2 and 3. But it's always at Monaco Grand Prix one of the Monegasques actually crashes every single year.
Ridiculous. Session stopped, and considering everyone behind him hadn't done lap times that were good, that's Leclerc done. His best time is a 1:24.
So-
No, 1:23.340. Here we go.
Yeah, Interasca's fine. Then Anthony Noakes had just lost the rear completely. That's a bit of an odd one there. It seems like the suspension broke on the front because he
Yeah.
couldn't turn out. So he's hit the wall at the entry of Anthony Noakes. It's messed the suspension up on the rear, on the front, and then he just can't correct it coming out of the exit there.
Let's have a look.
That's a big shame there for Arthur. You can see that, and yeah, it's completely broke it.
Yeah, it broke
Nothing
on
he could
both
do.
sides. That's-
Leclerc had a massive slide out of
See.
18 as well.
Yeah, you can relate it a bit to Verstappen in Saudi at 21. It's just the other way around, but this time there's a wall that he's collided with. You know, you just
Yeah.
can't turn the car once you've hit that slight contact. Well, it wasn't slight contact, was it? And Hadjar nearly also being connected as well with all that debris on the ground, but luckily made it through. And I believe we will get it will be restarted because there's 5 minutes to go, but for
Yeah.
sure, now tops the timings. Leclerc would have topped that, I think, with a 21.5, 21.4, but for sure, great there. Just got to hope it doesn't do what he did at the end of practice and bin it in 48. But also Daruva into the top 3 as well, very nice. And still, Fittipaldi is on in do and not setting a time.
Oh, Williams Racing is too cruel. They've just
What have they
tweeted,
done?
that's so 2021.
Oh! Well, the admin, people will be happy, but the Ferrari admins will have something to fight that with, and
Yeah.
possibly Dams as well. It is Dams, isn't he? He's racing for Leclerc.
Yeah, damns.
I'll get mixed up with the F2 group because, yeah, because you think, hang on, he's a Ferrari driver academy, so I instantly think Ferrari. Well, I forgot, no, Ferrari don't race in here.
So red.
Oh, and Marshall going under the car there. That's
Oh, they got-
definitely something I wouldn't be brave enough to do that.
Oh.
And they can push it back. So, luckily, no heavy damage to the barrier. No heavy damage to the car's been heavily damaged, but no heavily damage to the driver either. So we should get going shortly. Within 3 or 4 minutes, I presume. Yeah.
So, Williams saying that so 2021 wasn't about that crash.
Oh, what was it about?
It was, so McLaren replied to Williams' post about the Golf liveries with a photo of their 2021 Golf livery, and then Williams replied to the McLaren post of the 2021 Monaco livery, Golf livery, saying that's so 2021.
But to be fair, it's been a great session so far. I've enjoyed it. And unfortunately, Leclerc had to stop it when the times were crumbling down. We had about 5 people pole. And yeah. Oh, there's Ollie there. Is he telling someone to go to him, or what's that thing mean that he's doing with his hands? Something to do with the wheel, or maybe the fill up his drink bottle?
The one do Indy, how
Oh,
bad?
has people walking past.
Oh, right. Megan's just said to
Well.
me, the one do Indy, how bad? What?
What?
I don't know, I get that one. How bad?
That's some sort of conundrum.
She's asking
See,
me how
I'm gonna
it
be
was
mi-
crashed.
I'm going to be mean, and when I say we had past people walking past, if that was in 2021, you'd probably think, oh, they're going to go back to their car because it takes part in F2.
Yeah, get Mick Schumacher out there and Nikita Mazepin.
At least he could perform in F2 at least.
Yeah, he was still.
I don't dislike Mick, but he just wasn't good enough for F1.
Oh, Mick. Oh,
I don't want to chuck controversy into it, but it seems it always comes its way when I'm about. And yet again, showing the pain of the Leclerc and Ferrari fans and Monaco fans into Anthony Noakes. Knackers up the suspension on the front, the car just goes into the wall. Nothing
That
you can
was
do
a
at all.
massive hit on the first.
And look at Hadjar, he nearly hit the wall as well. He come through there and the rear slid out from him.
Hey, I think I I run over debris.
Okay, copy, on vient à Valence.
I mean, very
Is it
hard to
often that-
avoid.
Go on,
I was
go
going to
on.
say, Hajar is literally the Tsunoda of F2. He gets very angry very quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I noticed that in F3 as well. He gets really angry. It's like, you know, take a chill. And there we are. The session's resumed. And
Well, hang
first
on.
date will be the number 2, Daruvla.
Graphics are still showing red.
Oh, well, they should be fine now.
Yeah, we're green.
Because,
But the time, okay, timing tower's still showing red.
right, now, everyone's disqualified for going out on the red flags.
Well, with the green
Yep.
flag, green lights are on, green flag's going, but the
Yeah.
the form systems are showing a red flag.
Josh.
Yes, go on.
Right, Josh T, why don't you apply to become like the person who controls race control and do all the graphics? You'd be perfect at that.
Well, I mean, I would remember to press the green flag button. I would remember to turn the timing screens on. Let's go down.
This kind of qualifying, because maybe one group is stronger than the other, so it's a bit of luck because it's only the numbers, so it's not position on the championship or something like this, but it's the same for everyone. So yeah, for the qualifying will be 2, 3, 4 push laps. It depends on the tires and on the weather conditions, but let's try to do it as good as possible in both qualifyings.
So, Josh, both Josh T's.
Yes.
And Omi, if he wants to tell us. Who do you think will take top in this session? I'm going to say Miney. Bit of a something random, but yeah, that's who I think will top it. What about you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Daruvla.
I'm going Behrman.
Oh, hello, Amy.
Ooh, well, I wouldn't say I would go Ben, but I don't want to curse it because I love him, so I can't. So we got what?
I'm a
What are you saying,
fan,
Josh T? What are you saying?
Kusmanu.
So 2 for Miney, 1 for Daruvla, 1 for Behrman. Now it's going to end up being Asani.
I didn't know Amy was still in the box. I would have asked him a question earlier. Right, the green flag is out, but the timing tower still says red flag. So the intern who's running in hasn't.
It's back now. It's back.
Ah, good. Oh,
It's just switched over, I think.
It's still showing red on the timing 71, which is why I've had to switch it
Yeah.
off. So we've turned the flag off basically. But
Daruvla's a 10th up already.
There we go.
For sure.
This is what we want about now. Daruvla's really starting to push in that MP Motorsports. Let's do a quick 1 to 11. Vershaw, Maney, Daruvla, Martins, Hajar, top 5, Leclerc, Berman, Stanak, then yet to a lap time Fittipaldi, Nazani and Doohan, but Leclerc will not be taking any further part in this session as Daruvla comes out of the tunnel into the braking zone for the Nouvelle chicane, flicks it in, into the left, then 2 rights and a left again as you head down towards Tabak. Nicely done as well. Does he lift? I think he lifted slightly, but then gets back on the throttle. And he's up by 0.2 of a second, but Doohan, fastest first sector of anybody, here with a time that I can't tell. Well, it says 42, that's wrong. Our timing screens are wrong up in the commentary box. We haven't got
21.8.
There we go. Timing screens are wrong up in the commentary box, so that's helpful. Daruvla comes across the line. Does he improve with the time we need to see? Is he faster? To P2!
Oh, 3 thousandths.
That's close, but look at Doohan. Doohan's up by 0.2 of a second. He's lost a bit of time in the second sector. Now Daruvla goes P2. Our timing screens are taking a while
been
to
held up.
update. Oh no, it's that Boschong.
I think it's not Boschung, he's in this session.
Well, it must be the other one. So
It's Arnie, 22.8.
it's
Doohan,
Kushmani.
oh,
Doohan top, 21.432. Doohan goes provisional top. It's Kushmani who is blocking out there as well. Here's Victor Martins in P6. Behrman goes P6 and pushes Martins down, but up to P1. 121.231 for Victor Martins. He goes provisional top here, looking very quick. Fittipaldi goes 6th.
Yeah, very nice there from Martins, 21.2 and for short. He's on a lap time. He's personal best in the first sector. He's now coming through Portier at turn 8, I believe, now coming through the Monaco tunnel. And should be on a great improvement. Verschoor's one of the most experienced here in F2, along with the likes of Porsche, so should realistically be one of the quickest. He's been around Monaco many times as well. So, you know, it's a track he should know pretty well. And has he let off? I think he has, yeah. He's let
backed
off.
off. Mainly's a lot of time. Yeah.
He's on a time, I think. He is on that off. We'll see what he can do in the middle sector. It's down by 64,000. So
And he's got
looking
traffic.
for a provisional P2, but Verschoor's blocking.
Oh no, get out of the way, for sure. You don't want to do that. You don't want to lose your lap time. If you do block, Maney though is going to push out of the last corner. Locks up.
Ooh,
Gee.
that was a close one.
I thought he was
Martin, you
going in
saved
the
that
wall.
one.
Kush,
And me.
Kush Maney, 6th fastest, 121, 8 to 0. I thought, as soon as he locked up, I thought he was in the wall. And that's it next. How close do you have to get it?
And
Cody
46
Brown.
seconds. Have
Yeah.
people got time to set new laps?
Yes, but I think that's
Marty's
what
not.
Verschoor's on a lap, so Maney gets out of the way. I think that's it really. So it could be Victor
Timings
Martin's
have broken
times.
for me.
Yeah, me too. Timings have gone down a bit in
Right,
the
no, so
clutch.
Verschoor's 21.7 in the first
Yeah,
sector.
no,
Yellow
no!
flag.
Oh.
Druvela! Druvela in
Josh.
the wall, and that's at the top of the hill at Mirabeau, and that's going to bring out, I think, a red flag, which means our data screens might just be, yes, it has. Red flag is out, the session is stopped and won't be resumed, so it's Martins on top with a 1:21 as his time, Doohan second, Verschoor third. Druvela 4th, Hadjar 5th, Maney 6th, Fittipaldi 7th, Behrman 8th, Nizani 9th, Leclerc 10th, Stanek 11th, so at least Leclerc's going to start row 10 of the grid. Stanek will start
Josh,
row
you
11.
did that.
How did I do
You
that?
did that.
I said it
You said
myself.
you said Druvela would go quickest.
No, it's not my fault that he's just stopped at the top of the hill. I don't even think he's crashed. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, no, he's crashed. You can see into Mirabeau, locked up, bit like what we saw. It's a bit like
Oh, that's a really
yeah,
weird
and
crash.
he's knackered the front suspension, hasn't it?
Push.
It seems like he could have avoided it though.
I lost the car on turn 4 and I push.
I don't think he's bent. I think no, the suspension looks fine. Straighten out the wheel, it looks fine. So I think he must have just stalled it.
Hashtag blame Josh.
So, in session 2, the time to beat is a 21.2. So at the moment, Martins is on pole. Doohan going to be starting in the top 4,
Yeah, I'm just taking a photo of that,
which is
so we get that
really
ready.
good.
So our timing screens is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. We need to get that. That'll be
Behrman-
repaired.
16th or lower at least.
Yeah. Let's hear from Martins.
Super Victor, bravo. Yes! Monaco, I love you! Ah, putain, c'est bon. Merci les gars! Let's go!
It's guaranteed Martin's a front row start, so it's either P1 or P2 at Monaco, which is going to be very good for him as well. So good stuff there, I suppose. But right now, the red flag is out. The session is... The wind's picking up, actually, as well. What's the wind speed now? 0.5 metres per second, according to our timing screens, if that can be believed. No, hang on. Now, one screen is saying wind speed is 0.5. The other is saying wind speed is at 2 metres per second. So, which one do I believe?
Actually, I've just seen a video on Twitter. Sebastian Vettel's in the pit lane at Monaco.
Sebi!
Walking down with a he was walking with a parcel, the cardboard box thing, with a backpack and a white t-shirt. So hopefully, we'll get to see him in the pit lane soon.
That sounds very suspicious if he was in an airport.
So, end of the session for this one.
Moving on.
Yeah. It's Victor Martins fastest with that doing... Well, actually, that timing screen's wrong. So it's Martins doing for sure. Druvela, Hadjar, Maney, Fittipaldi. Oh, look, our timing screens are... Well, they're starting to get it right, but they've just gone wrong. So, yeah. We've got our running order for the results. Let's hand over then to Alex Jakes and Alice Powell as we wait for the resumption of qualifying Group B. That is going out
don't know.
as well shortly. Go on.
I didn't know Alice Powell did F2 commentary.
Only this weekend without Alex Brundle there, because he's taking a weekend off after the Nürburgring. So let's head over to Alex and Alice.
This is Doohan getting out of the car, and he is not happy with what he's seen.
Yeah, doesn't seem particularly so.
And there's his dad, who knows a lot about winning on two wheels, and he is amped up. Andy Roach on the left-hand side, the team principal, and Invicta Virtuosi as well. But the adrenaline really, really going for Doohan, and that is the result of a tough season so far, Alice.
Yeah, apologise if you hear any language, but you can see his dad's calming him down a little bit and say, yeah, okay, it's frustrating, but you know, it just shows the competitive nature of Jack. He's possibly going to get a great result in qualifying, depending on which group qualifies in front. but he clearly, someone's upset him, or he feels like, I wonder if he got some traffic of some sort. But yeah, someone's upset him, so best to stay out of his way if you bumped into him later on, Alex.
He is a terrific chap, Jack Doohan. I don't think I've ever seen him like that out of the car. He will always stop and talk to you no matter what sort of day that he's had, but he was really fuming with that, and wisely I think he's taken a step up to the team area using the same perches as the Formula One teams, and he'll take a breath and assess that all is absolutely not lost. I think the frustration is born out of the fact he knows he's got to take wins to get himself into contention, and maybe the fact that his fellow Alpine Academy driver Victor Martins is ahead of him.
Yeah, I think that will definitely have something to do with it. That's for sure. It looks like Victor's implying that was a very close lap. A great job by him, but yeah, that adds pressure, you know, for Jack coming in as a second-year driver, and one that everyone was saying, yeah, this guy's going to be going for the championship, you know, but he's struggling at the moment. He has had bad luck. He is sitting down in 13th place, so complete opposite end where he wants to be. He's not even in the top 10, so for him, he knows that he needs to start turning his season round. He had issues with the car, as I've touched on already, but he's definitely frustrated, but he can still race there from there tomorrow, that's for sure, as we eagerly await Group B to head out on circuit.
Group B's turn. Track temperature has come down a couple of degrees since we first came on air and started the qualifying session. The air temperature is 27, much hotter than yesterday, and they're running these super soft tyres in comparison to the soft tyres that they had on the cars yesterday. So now the turn of Group B to try and beat a 1:21.231, which is Victor Martins' time, and I think there are going to be plenty in this field. The one thing for Jack Doohan that he should take solace in is that if he has fixed the issues with the car, because it's so competitive this year, you are going to see multiple different winners, and you're going to see different drivers taking points off each other. It won't be as simple as, say, just a 7-point swing in a feature race. You're going to get drivers who are just, you know, not doing anything wrong, but because the standard is so high this year, you're going to get much bigger swings with the feature race points. So for a driver like Doohan, who's outside the top 10 in the championship on 24 points, it's not hugely far away from the 65, the lead for Théo Pourchaire, and could easily change after Leclerc collects a piece.
So we are green for the next session as well, and we're just trying to work out, but F2's live timing, as it always does, has,
Not
guess
working.
what? Yeah, it's gone down. So, well done everybody at F2. Masterclass in your performance. I presume, Josh T, you're going to be on their Twitter now, getting all the information.
Yes, I am. I saw a race control message pop up on the TV screen while we were over with Alice Powell and Alex Jakes, not Alex Brundle, but Cars 22, Sir Richard Fossor, and Cars 24, Chris Maney, noted for impeding Ralph Bossons.
In the first couple of laps, usually traffic is a problem here as well, even with the groups. So getting out at the right time will be important, and yeah, just don't do any mistakes. I guess that's how you can get a good lap.
So we'll have to keep an eye on the impeding stuff then. So yeah, our timings are pretty much dead right now in the commentary box. Nothing is working, which is brilliant, just like in F3 yesterday when nothing was working. So the only thing again is Twitter. Group A classification still working. Group B, yeah, I'm just looking on Twitter and on the hashtag F2. So many people are already saying it as well. That
now,
the
more,
yeah,
more or less red flags this session.
More.
Oh, okay. So you're going
more.
for 3 at least.
Actually, I'll go less. I'll go less.
None. There's going to be none this session.
I think we'll have more. Everyone's going
And
out.
fastest.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Bestie.
Awasa. And I think Awasa will be
Oh,
pole
me.
as well.
Maloney.
What do you think, Josh?
Vesti.
Sounds
So
good.
we've got two. Oh, yet again, Josh agreed with me. So we've got two besties, Iwasa and was it Maloney?
Yeah.
I'd say they're all credible votes.
It's going to be a very interesting session then coming forward. ALO, our timing screens have kicked in, I think, onto gear on one of them. So we just need to refresh.
Dylan, what happened? Because why is he so angry with the P2?
Yeah.
What happened on his lap? Oh, here we go. We can see it. Replay.
Race control.
Cast.
So this is
This is where he got. This is where he got held, wasn't it? By Miney.
We were watching this live on the commentary, weren't we? We were saying Miney was blocking, coming out the
So we lost a couple.
Well, that's not impeding,
No.
is it? That's just.
It is. I'd say that was impeded into that final corner.
Maney's
Not sure.
noted twice.
Oh.
Right.
And this is number 5. That will be. Not Porsche. Who is it? Hoga.
Hauger, Dennis Hauger on a lap time then. Aha! Look! Look, our blessed timings have returned! And we're going to have them open shortly as well. We're just going to have to relaunch timing 71 before they pop back in. But our timings are back, waiting for data. So, oh, well, this is just going great at the moment, isn't it, as well, in terms of this just not wanting to work.
Now I think the first few lap times will start to come in. So obviously 24.2,
Hey.
that's 3 seconds off what it should be.
Our
So-
timings are on, and we have our timings data's back. So, first times, as you say,
Oh.
136s.
We
Korea's got the first fastest lap of 38.0. Obviously about 15 seconds off what it should be.
Go
we
on,
don't
Josh.
point out that the timing screen still says qualifying group A, but it has qualifying group B timing screens.
Yes,
Oh,
we'll just remain
that's
quiet, yeah, and just say thank you very
Yeah.
much for giving us our timings as well, because we need them. Right, Iwasa is top, 136.552. So that was a banker lap time. Cordeal, Correa, Vesti, Hauger, Novalak, Boschong going in there too. Benedives, Crawford, Porcher, Maloney. I'm looking forward to when we get our new. Look, loads of things we've got coming, but a nice. We need a lens, a wide-angle lens for this commentary camera, so I can actually walk to the side of the box that I need to be at without having to be away from having to squint. Here comes Hauger across the line. Is he going to improve on his delta time as well? Across the line, Hauger 131.284 jumps up to the top, but guess what? Our timing screens aren't working again because one of them is showing Zane Maloney on top from Porcher, and that's not right, is it? Is it?
Mine's gone again now.
Yeah, so the God Gibbeth.
Cordeal. No, it's not Cordeal. It's Correa into the top 5 and
Yeah.
Novalak into 8. That's. I was going to say Valtteri Bottas, but no, it's Porsche.
So we had a timing screen. We have now lost said timing screen as Porcher is on a lap time. He's currently 3rd fastest. Seriously, both timing screens I'm looking at, all timing screens I'm looking at are showing different settings, which is really bizarre. And it's throwing me out of whack completely. Crawford goes P5. Porcher crosses the line for P4 and he takes 4th, or 34.156. So I think it's a problem all round. Now I think our time. Yeah, now we are back.
I was waiting for them to load my end, and Hauger's on an improvement. See, he's on an actual lap time now. 5.9 seconds quicker in that second sector. Boschong, I believe, is also on an actual lap time this time, so we'll be able to see. There we are, 6 seconds quicker. So we'll be able to see what Hauger can do in the end of this first lap. Hauger's gone quickest in sector 2, but that's been taken by someone else now. As Hauger comes up towards the line, what time will it be for Dennis Hauger? He will be top, and it will be a 22.979. So obviously, it's still 1.8 seconds off of what Martins did, but it is the start of the session. There we are. Boschong into the second with a 23.1. Correa goes quickest.
One man more, Correa, 122.749. That's a quick time. Novalak goes 4th. Vesti, on the ultra soft tyre, is throwing it around. We get the medium, and then we got the soft, and then the ultra soft tyre is what we've got here this weekend. Iwasa 122.653 across the line then for Vesti. 121.983. Stellar. Absolutely stellar. But what about Theo Porcher? Comes across the line. Can he go faster? 121.630. Still not better than Martin's times. His was a 121.231. So they're still going to get times there. Is that Zane Maloney up into 3rd position? It is, but we've got a time deletion I believe, for Theo Porcher. The timing screens have gone again.
Oh.
Timing screens are really
gone for me.
glitching. Yeah, they've all gone.
So at the
and gone.
moment, it's Porsche, Vesti, Maloney, Iwasa. Vesti, Maloney, and Iwasa were the ones we voted for.
Yeah. We're
So
good.
that's not looking too bad at the moment.
That's a-
Porsche
this is-
now, replay.
He's touched the wall at the swimming pool section. Oh,
He didn't. He
brushed
was
it.
so close.
Cigarettes paper between. That's absolutely fantastic from Theo Porcher as he continues in. Right, 8 minutes to go of this session. Vesti now apparently on top. Timing screens are around 30 seconds to a minute behind what the TV pitch had. So the F1 timing screens are having a nightmare at the moment. But it is Porcher fastest from Vesti, Maloney, Iwasa. One more Correa in the top 5. Hauger, Boschong. Then we get Cordial, Crawford, Novalak, Brad Benedives up in 11th position. I want to say, yeah, Brad Benedives up in 11th position. Someone who you have raced with, Richie.
Yes, on iRacing. It's great experience. And here we go. A 10th down. And actually, talking about Benedives, I actually overtaken him on the track.
Have you?
It was in practice, but still, I overtaken him down into turn 1 at, where is it now? It's like, is it some Finnish track? I forgot where it was.
Finnish?
Hang on, I'll try and find it, 1 second.
Was this on iRacing? It wasn't the Kimi ring.
No, I forgot it was now.
Oh, right.
Try and find it.
Oh, well, Richie finds that. Stewards have given a message. Qualifying Group A turned into 18 involving cars 24 and 14 reviewed. No further investigation for impedance. That's Maney in there as well. That's correct in my opinion because it was Maney on a push lap as well at the end.
It's the Rudskogen Motor Centre.
Oh wow!
Never heard of that
Hello,
one.
Megan. Thank you very much. My word, is that the one you printed out and failed to? Right, hang on a minute.
Hogarth improves to 4. Boschung, what can he do? He's coming through. I believe Antino's now towards the line. What will it be for Boschung? It will be P5.
Hello. Hang on, sorry. Hang on, 2 seconds. Hang on, sorry, I'm not talking to you. There's loads of people. Megan's supporters in the comment box.
Iwasa's down.
Iwasa is down. One more Correa goes up into 5th position though. At the moment, yeah, you take that.
Vesti, purple.
Vesti's
7
up.
tenths quicker than Porsche.
And Iwasa's coming in as well. This is looking quite good. Hello, Megan.
He's a second down.
Correa, that's Crawford goes up to 4th. Here comes Iwasa up to the line as well. Does he improve from 8th position? No, he stays 8th. But look at Vesti. Let's say from Iwasa. Vesti pole, but it's a 1:21.491.
Maloney.
So quicker. Maloney fast in the first centre. Crawford to 5th as well. And across the line, Porcher, 1:21.354. Porcher goes to the top. Maloney goes 2nd. Vesti down to 3rd position at the end of the runs there. Hello, Megan.
Cool deals.
Sorry, what?
It's the last chop that you get in for a week.
Are you on a half term now?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Hang on, my darling. Just take this again. Are you telling me you're now on half term?
Yes.
So
for a week.
So you've got no exams next week?
Nope. I've just got revision to do.
So you're telling me you could have actually done the Monaco Grand Prix qualifying as well on Saturday?
I need rest.
What you are telling me though is that you could have stepped in for me for practice 2 today, so I could have done the carb day.
I need sleep.
All right, hello Megan.
I printed out those and I gave.
Do you know? You're right. Hey, sorry. That's muffled. Richie's right. That microphone for some reason is muffled. So let's have a look. No, that one's fine. Here, take that one.
Are you sure I know the reason why it's muffled?
I'm not sure either. Hang on a minute. Yeah, go on. No, that wasn't that one. Hello, Megan.
Also, I bought 2 of those lime Pepsi Maxes that's out of college.
Sorry, these mics.
Do you want one?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Iwasa.
I'll put it in the fridge.
Yeah, he's got no choice. He's got no choice. So Yuma Iwasa coming off the back of an uncharacteristically scruffy weekend in Baku, when he never really seemed to have the car dialed in. Retired from the sprint, was 12th in the feature. Now tries to do his best Oliver Behrman impression and take a car that's not entirely straight with the steering round Monaco and try and take it further forward, because 9th is a weekend ruiner for the driver who has been one of our championship leaders so far this year.
Yeah.
That's okay. So Megan's here. Megan, I showed you earlier on. You've actually made it back in time perfectly. Artie Leclerc's accident as well. It's always his brother crushing, isn't it? Hello.
Yeah. Then it's him when he's not crushing.
All right, Josh. Iwasa is running with a broken steering wheel.
Oh my. Is that why he's
Vesti's up again.
Well, they're just getting all over the place, aren't they, in terms of time? Anyway, thanks, Megan. You can go now. Thank you for that. And I'll enjoy the Mars bar. And thank
I'll
you for the
put
notes.
the lime thing in the fridge.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'll bring it back later. Thank you, Megan. Bye-bye.
So Cordial's looking for a top 8 start. No, he's not. He's looking for top 10 start because Hauger's gone 4. But
Other chocolate brands are available.
Yes, that's true. Owasa's looking quick. Vesti on a better lap time. Sorry for getting distracted, but Megan walked to the box. She had exams and she's brought me my commentary notes. So, looking quick. Owasa flying through the swimming pool chicane. 191 Correa. Up into 4th position now. The fastest time Portier's done in this session is a 1:21.354. Martins is a 1:21.231. So you've got to remember that that's going to be on the cusp. Oh, and
big
Owasa
slide.
nearly touching the wall across the line. Emo Owasa 4th with 2 to go. What about Vesti?
Vesti.
To the top.
Yes.
1:21.053. Beautiful lap time.
Porcher still on a time. Crawford into the top 4 now. Just the watch down to 5th. What can Porcher do? Can he take the pole position time? No, he can't, but he goes into 2nd.
Lost out
and I
there.
think we still have time for 1 or 2
lost
more laps
out.
from most of the drivers.
Yeah, he's losing out big time, isn't he, on the boards as they try and come through. Just trying to figure out. Oh, look, there we go. I'll fix the mic. So he's just trying to figure out what is that better, Rich, on the handheld mic?
That's better. That's better.
Fantastic. I was trying to work out what was the problem with it because we need that handheld mic for the weekend. So,
Crawford.
Vesti looking quick. Go on.
With a top 8 start at the moment, and Iwasa needs to improve. He needs to be at least in the top 3, surely. Maloney's doing great, and Vesti, top in the session, 50 thousandths ahead of Porcher. Then 4 tenths back is Maloney. So big gap between 2nd and 3rd.
1:34.
There's a big gap from Crawford down to Iwasa.
This is
Many
getting
people will
great.
Get ready for another run.
Our timing screens have fully updated. So it's Vesti, Porcher, Maloney, Owasa, Cordial, 111 Correa, Novalak, Hauger, Boschon, Crawford and Benedives. And with a 1:21.053, it is Frederick Vesti guaranteed on pole position.
Well, not for now, because we still have more laps to come in.
The question is, though, Porcher is faster than Martins, but Martins is still going to start 2nd on the grid.
2nd.
That's the one bad
Hauger's
thing
on a
about
lap
this format.
time.
Yeah.
But that's the annoying part, isn't it? This qualifying format for F2 and 3 in this.
Yeah, if you're faster.
In Monaco.
Group B is always going to be faster because it's going to have the better track experience out there.
Well, generally, yes. And Novalak's down by 1.5 tenths. Off of Vesti, so this is looking great for Novalak.
Pushing
And
it
the
through.
times will crumble down. So if you miss your, if you're Maloney at this point, you don't set a time, you're going to drop down to 10th or 11th at this point. The times are coming down that quick. Hauger's
Yellow.
4 tenths off. We've got a yellow flag in the middle sector.
Where's that?
Is that
Oh, it's
Novalak?
Novalak!
It is Novalak. In Portier.
I guess it's going to bring out presumably the red flags. We didn't want to see it, but it might do. With, red flag, and Hauger's not going to have a time to improve. Oh, of all the miserable chances there, the red flag comes out to end the session with 14 seconds left. And it's Clement Novalak in the wall, but it has put Frederick Vesti on pole position for the feature race Monaco Grand Prix for F2. This is how we crash, though, into Portier 1. Now Portier 2, the rear is going to go round, isn't it? Yep. I thought there was 2 whacks to the barrier that I noticed there.
Yeah. Way too much pressure put on it there. Way too much speed carry through. But he took the risk, and that's the price you pay in Monaco.
Oh. Say the radio.
Area went around. Sorry, boys.
Just went
Very
around.
much like Perez.
Yeah.
Very much like Perez.
At least that may quash rumours that Perez did it deliberately. If we're having the
It won't,
problems
because
here.
it looks obvious on Perez cam. Plus, it's a complete different car.
Yeah, the throttle mapping was different. Race control, the session would not be resumed. So
I was correct,
yeah.
and Josh T was.
Who did I say? Owasa. Damn. That's
053.
Can I just point out, you got F3 pole right as well. Maybe you should do pick a winner.
Position in Monaco. Yes. Right. Good job. Let's go. Mate, what a job. Amazing, mate. Amazing.
Fantastic stuff. Go on.
So in other words, Vesti is saying, if I don't make a mistake, I've won.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if the car doesn't break, but Crawford as well. Top 8 starts. That's great for him.
Crawford will start 13th
He'll
on
start-
the grid, I think. Row
No.
7. No, row 7. Row 7. Remember? So that's
7 for Crawford.
That's 1, 4. So 1, 3. Yeah, so it's Vesti first, Portier third, 5th on the grid for Maloney, 7th on the grid Awasa, 9th on the grid Cordeal,
No.
11th on the grid Correa.
No, that's wrong, because Crawford was up in 5th, 4th.
So the timing screens are wrong.
Yes.
Right,
Yes. Unless it got deleted just, but on the time screens on the left, on the actual stream, Crawford was in 4th, 0.423
So
back.
he'll start 8th on the grid. Yeah.
7th.
Hang on, 1, 3, 5, 7. 7th on the grid. 4th row of the
Maloney
grid.
as well, that's great.
Yeah. The simple way to remember is that because we've got 11 here as well, it's what rows they are. So it's row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6. 7 positions, it's rows. Which means the grid should look like this, with Vesti on pole, with Martin second. Then it would be Doohan, I don't know, we've got to wait for the grids to be clarified. But it's Vesti on pole with Martin second, that's for sure.
The top 4 will be Vesti, Martins, Pourchaire, Doohan.
Yeah, that's a feisty lineup for the feature race on Sunday. Don't forget the top 11 gets reversed, so I think Brad Benedives has pole? Not too sure.
No. He'll be starting 22nd.
So who's 11th on the grid? Correa!
Correa
Might have reverse grid pole for tomorrow in Monaco. Wow, if he can win it.
No, who's 12th? Who finished 6th in the first practice?
That would be Kushmani.
So Kushmani has pole then.
I need to work out what. Let's have a look at the session result. This will be for Group B. Yeah, Vesti, Portier, Maloney, 1, 2, 3.
It's Fittipaldi taking pole tomorrow.
Is it?
Yep, he finished 6th. Moni was 5th.
Right. Hadjar 5th, Maney 6th, Fittipaldi 7th, unless there's some.
Yeah, Vesti leads away ahead of Porsche, Maloney, Crawford, Iwasa, Cordeal, Correa, Novalak, Kerrigat, Boschung, and the final driver, as usual, Brad Benavides.
Yeah,
no offence, Brad.
He'll start 22nd on the grid, we know that for sure. 11th row of the
which
grid.
is a shame.
Yeah. Look, I hate the way they do this. I don't know why we just have Group A and Group B times combined to make the grid easier. The way they do this is, we've done it for 12 years now. There's a Ferrari F40 on the front of that.
No, I meant to say, is that a Ferrari?
It's a Ferrari F40 on the...
It's an F40,
yeah. It's an F40 on the front of a yacht. Okay, whatever floats your boat, literally. But red flag is out, the session is over, and that's it. Okay. F1 is bleeding through, don't get copyright issues. No, the F1... I just had to point out, the F1 theme is copyright free, because it's in the F1 game, we can use...
Sounds are fine, it's just the live feed.
It's the live TV pictures we can't use, the sound is fine, because F1's audio is copyright free, because the games use it, and all the leagues use it, and you can't do everybody. Okay, so they're going on the background. Let's have a prediction then, because we've got to go off here ready for 45 minutes time. We've got to get everything sorted.
For the win?
Yes, win tomorrow for the sprint. Who's it going to be?
I'm gonna say Fittipaldi because he's starting on pole.
Sounds good. Josh in the pits. What about you?
Say that again. Sorry.
Who's going to take the win tomorrow in the sprint?
Vesti is on pole. So.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's on pole for the feature race.
Feature, yeah.
So, yeah, Vesti.
Omi, what about you?
I'm gonna go bold, and I'm just gonna go for Iwasa. I'm expecting chaos tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. Well, my thanks to Omi and Josh in the pits. My thanks to Richie up in the box. It is Frederick Vesti who has pole position for the feature race on Sunday. Join us tomorrow for F2's sprint race. Up next here, it is F1 free practice 2. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.